Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well out there. Welcome back to the channel. And today we have um, something to talk about that's kind of actually very important because I was at work and I typed in baby mama drama. I don't even know why, it just came to my mind and I typed it in. And I saw a lot of videos of parents fighting in public, being recorded. Some of them, their children were around. Um, there were so many views, and people were like, "Yeah, she deserved that," and whoa, like it was just really crazy. And then I looked at um, how they were carrying themselves in the videos. I said, "Man, as parents, these two are going in. I'm talking fighting, throwing out cars, pulling off wigs, like straight punching." Like, I'm just like, are we really fighting? Is this what, parenting has come down to? We are fighting. It's not worth it. Like, why are we doing that? So today, I'm just here to give a few tips, to give some advice on how to avoid the baby daddy drama that females are going through. And also for men, I'm going to do a video for you guys how to avoid the baby mama drama. So don't worry, honey, your video is coming too. But today we're going to talk to the females, because I was just blown away by the women, the way they were acting and some of the things they were saying. And I was just like, why is she putting up with this? So here's some tips. Let me help you out. I'm not even going to number them because you guys know I lose count when I'm talking. So I'm just going to talk. First thing, recognize that you did sleep with this guy. Okay? Whether he's a thug, whatever, drug dealer, he didn't have no education, no job. Recognize that you slept with him. Okay? Now, if you got raped, it's a different story, honey. You don't even need to put this video on if you got raped. Don't even worry about it. But if you know that you slept with this man, you were in a relationship with this man, and now the relationship has ended, but there is still a child involved, recognize that you did that, first of all, okay? So take ownership of all your actions and of everything else that is to come with this man that you decided to be with. Number two, recognize that he is the child's father, okay? He's not your baby daddy. Let's stop with that, first of all. He is your child's father, okay? He helped donate his sperm to make that child, okay? So let's just give him that credit. Even if he don't do anything else, he donated his sperm to make the child, okay? So let's give him that credit. Number two, I don't even know. Why am I saying numbers? Y'all know me. But anyway, so after you've recognized that, when you're speaking with him, let's say you guys have moved on, relationship, whatever. When you were speaking with this guy, talk to him only about the child. Do not ask him about who he is dating. Wow, I saw you sleeping with Quatwita last night. Don't worry about what he is doing. You need to move on and recognize that he is done with you. A lot of these fights and arguments that I saw was basically the guy was looked like he was done with the girl, but the girl was still bitter and revengeful, and you're not gonna see your kids. And no, cut all that out. Like, that's so childish. Cut it out. If he's done with you, he's done, and you need to be done too. The relationship is done. Yes, you put a lot into it. Yes, you love him. Yes, it may be 5, 6, 10 years, but it is done. And recognize that it is done. There are children, or if you have one child, or some of them had multiple children looking up at you like, Mom, what are we doing? You need to recognize that it's over. So talk to the father like he is an adult. Talk to him with respect. If he disrespects you when you're on the phone, say, okay, well, we're done talking. You call me when you're ready to talk to me like an adult. And you hang up the phone. That's it. You don't go back and forth. Your kids are listening to that. You don't cuss him out. Good little bastard. You don't do all that. You don't have time for that, actually. Especially when you're raising the kids yourself. You don't have time to be going back and forth with the father. If he's not going to respect you, and he doesn't want to be in the kid's life, let him go. Another thing, if he says, I do not want to have anything to do with these children, fine. You can put him on child support so that he still pays, you something. But after that, that's it. If he doesn't want to visit the kids, there's no need to even mention him. Just move on. Nothing else to do. You can't fight with him and why you don't want to be with your kids and we supposed to be doing this together and no, if he doesn't want to do it, move on. Just that, like, it's sad to say, but just move on. Another thing. Oh, you're gonna walk away from your family? We was a family. I'm having your baby and now you want to walk away? You weren't a family. You were a girl and a guy who were dating and happened to have sex. You were not a family, honey, because a family involves marriage and some kids. Okay? You didn't get married, you weren't a family. Okay? He was just a guy you were messing with and you happened to get pregnant. So he's not walking away from his family, he's walking away from the situation. He's leaving you. That's what he's doing. So don't say, oh, you're going to leave me with this baby? Yes, he's going to leave you with the baby. That's what he's going to do. And let him do it. Oh, and put him on child support. Then do that. Put him on child support. Get all his information, get his social security, where he lives, where he works, and you can gladly put him on child support. Okay? And move on with your life. You don't have to see him after that. You might have to see him in court, but after that, that's it. Okay? Great. Then, stop asking him, when are you coming to see the baby? You ain't never see the baby. If he doesn't want to come see the child, leave him alone. He don't want to come see the child. As women, there's certain things you cannot make a man do. I think I might get some hate comments for this one. I don't really care. But I have to say, there's some things, and I can talk to you guys because I've been through it. I have my son's father is not in my child's life, and I had to go through all these things. And I had to realize, okay, time for me to move on and realize I'm going to do this myself. So if you're like, why is she talking? Trust me, boo-boo. I know what I'm talking about. Move on. Don't ask him what you're doing, when you coming to see. If he doesn't want to come see the child, okay, fine. Now, if he starts asking, how's little Veronica doing? You've got to be kidding me, boo-boo. That's all you need to tell him. You've got to be kidding me. And that's it. Because if you don't want to come see little Veronica, don't ask me how little Veronica is doing. And that's it. And you could say just that on the phone. That's it. You don't have to cuss him out and all that other stuff that we like to do. Okay. Another thing. Stop going to his house, his mama house, and telling him, oh, your son ain't do this, your son ain't do that, your son no good, why you raise him like that, da-da-da-da-da. The mother doesn't want to hear that. No, she doesn't want to hear that. She knows that her child, her son, was a no good when you met him. So pretty much the mother is just going to be like, honey, you need to decide if this is what you're going to continue with. You told me, you love him, you want to be with him. This is what he does. The mother can't change him. Nobody can change him, honestly, but God. And worse yet, if you don't even know the Lord. So you could just forget that. He ain't going to get changed real quick. Okay? It's going to be a process. But stop going to his mom, calling up his sister, his auntie and them, grandma, telling them about, how he's not doing anything. They cannot do anything about it. There's nothing they can do. They're just going to sit there and listen and say, oh, really? He ain't did nothing. What are they going to do? Call him. Oh, why you going to go see your child? He going to say, oh, I don't want to see your child. I don't even want to be with the mother. Da-da-da. It's not going to do anything for you. So stop bugging him about that. Okay? Just whatever. If he don't want to come by and see the kid, he don't want to see the kid. Another thing, stop trying to use the kid as it's like a blackmail. Don't try to blackmail him to be with you. Well, since you ain't gonna be with me, you ain't never gonna see your baby. What? If he's a father that wants, I'm talking about the dads now, I switched it now. I'm talking about the dads that want to be in their child's life. Don't do that to him. Oh, because you didn't want to be with me, you're not going to see little Jason. Jason will never see you until you want to be with me. Don't be that kind of mom. Like, that's just so childish, and it hurts your child. You're not hurting anybody else but the child, and you're also going to hurt the father if he wants to be in his child's life. I've heard stories too where the dad's like, I actually did want to be, and I sent things over there for little Rebecca, and she never gave it to her, or she never picked up my phone call, that kind of thing. Let's stop doing that, parents. Let's stop being, it's not about you anymore. When you become a parent, you could just forget your feelings and how it, just forget it. It's not about you, it's what's in the best interest of that child. So that's what you should be worried about. What's best for little Johnny? What's best for little Rebecca? What's best for all 5 of these kids? You need to figure that out. So, I mean, I don't want to ramble on. This video is already long enough, but those are just a few things that you can do. Another thing, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, guys, but when you do see him, quit going through his phone to figure out who he was texting and who's sending pictures. And if the relationship is over with you guys, don't worry about what's in his phone. If you're supposed to be dropping off little Melissa to see her daddy, then drop off little Melissa to see her daddy and go. Don't be asking him, where were you last night? And, oh, who was that girl I saw, coming through the window? Don't be one of those mothers. Don't do it. Like, leave him alone. Once it's done, it's done. And honestly, that seems to be the reoccurring thing. Like, people, whether it's the mother that can't get over it, the father that can't get over it, it's over. It's done. Stop bringing kids into this world if y'all don't even want to be together, and you're not going to raise the kids together. Another thing, ladies, don't try to get pregnant to trap a guy. Getting pregnant is not going to save your relationship. I've never heard anyone say that, that doesn't have a mental illness, say getting pregnant was the best thing for me and my boyfriend, because our relationship was so horrible. I really enjoy that we brought a child into it. Nobody says that. And just to let you guys know, it only gets worse when you bring a child into that mess. Trust me, I have seen it and I know. It only gets worse, because at the end of the day, the two parents don't even care about each other, and that child suffers, or those children suffer because of it. It's not about you. I have to repeat that again. It is not about you and what you want. Stop trying to trap dude. If he wants to go, let him go, man. It's not worth it. Well, I'm going to make sure I have his baby. Or I seen something on TV where they were like sucking out the sperm with a turkey baster and inserting it up there so they can get pregnant and trap the guy. Like, come on now. Stop doing stuff like that. That's crazy to me. A child does not change anything. Okay? It's not going to help him magically want to be with you. Just quit it. Quit it, yo, for real. And then some of y'all out there even lying. Yeah, that sounds crazy, but some girls do that too. If the guy's about to break up with you and things aren't working out, you lie to him and say you're pregnant so you can keep him around for a little bit longer. And then you might even lie and say, oh my gosh, I had a miscarriage, just to make that emotional bond between the two of you. Stop it. Stop it. It's not even worth it, yo. Like, for real, it's not worth it. It's ridiculous and it's childish. So, I don't want to ramble on for too much longer. Daddies, your video is coming too. Because, you guys need to know how to avoid some baby mama drama. Because, truth is, baby daddies out here jacking up, and also baby mamas are too. So, I'm going to do a video for the both of you guys. But this one is for us ladies to avoid the drama with the baby daddies. If they don't want to do what you need them to do, leave it alone. Stop beating him down. Another thing, do not talk about him in front of his child. To the child, talking about your daddy ain't do nothing, he ain't good for nothing, da 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 da. Do not do that to the child. The children don't need to hear what their daddy did to you or what he did not do or he's not any good or whatever. They don't need to hear that. Little Johnny does not need to hear that. If anything, if your child asks when they, Mom, where's Dad? You say, Dad and I, we had some differences. We couldn't work it out, but I know that he loves you very much, but I'm here to raise you. You know what I'm saying? And just, that's it. They don't need to know. If you want to tell them when they're older, like older, then fine. But at the end of the day, I don't think that's just my opinion. I know everybody's parenting style is different. I don't think that your children need to know what you went through with the father, especially if it was a bad relationship and it's only going to mess up their minds or warp their minds and make them look at their dad differently. I don't think they need to know all that. But that's just me. But, your parents, you guys do what you want to do. But this is just a few tips just to really help out. I was just so hurt. Like, I was looking online like, man, people are really fighting in public. They're really doing this. Somebody's sitting there recording it, and you call yourself parents. America, we've got to do better. But those are some tips for you guys. I hope it just helps. Sorry the video was a little bit long, but I really hope that it helps somebody out. If you have any other tips to help out fellow baby mothers and baby fathers that are going through anything, leave them in the comments below. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah.
So what you saying, Rayshawn? You saying you don't want to come see this baby? Is that what you saying? You don't want to be a family boy? You know what? You no good little. So when you coming to see this baby? Oh, so you ain't gonna come see this baby, fool?